So now, from cute puppy voice to Renegade.
For those of you who don't know what Carrie's talking about, there's a cute puppy in the toilet paper commercial for Cottonelle toilet paper. I don't know if has anyone ever seen this little puppy? Well, that's me. And if that's not Renegade, it's just Cottonelle. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, do they do?
Oh, do it?
Being soft has its advantages.
I think that's good, though. I think
it's really weird, but you know.
Well, the question is the Renegade now. I mean, you're a cute puppy and you're a renegade. Is this a persona that you imply? Do you feel like a renegade?
I don't feel like a renegade. Well, I think if you want to make movies that a festival audience, that an audience that appreciates art films and films that aren't solely commercial, you kind of have to be a renegade. I get asked all the time, how come I haven't made another movie since Garden State? It's been 6 years or so, I think. Other than the fact that I was making a TV show, it's a good question. And that is that I tried a couple of times, and I'm going to, but it's very... I could have made 10 really shitty movies. But to make something that I want to put my name on, that I would hope would stand up to an award like this, it's very hard to get it made. I thought after I got Garden State made and everyone said yes, that the world would let me make whatever movies I want. And they would if I want to make a down-the-line romantic comedy where they race to the wedding at the end and someone gives a speech and, hit all those beautiful commercial markers. And the movies that I keep trying to make are outside the studio system. So it's been a challenge to get something as unique and personal as Garden State was off the ground again, just as hard as it was to get Garden State made the first time.
When you say unique and personal, I know this is something that started a long time ago. You said you wrote bits and pieces throughout your life as you were even growing up. How much, and I'm sure this has been asked many times, but how much of Zach Braff do we see in Largeman?
There's a lot. There's a lot. I mean, I always tell people is I get along really well with my parents. So first and foremost, there's a big difference in the movie. But I think what I was writing about was what I was feeling. Carrie and I are truly very good friends, and we have a lot of artist friends in Los Angeles. And I was writing about what we were feeling, this malaise and lostness, and there were so many things that I felt weren't being addressed to. Nobody was making a movie that I felt was speaking to me as a 25-year-old, and that's what I wrote the movie about. And now as I've started writing a new thing, I feel like I go to the movies all the time, and I'm entertained sometimes, but I don't feel like anyone is really speaking to me very honestly about what it means to be a 35-year-old. So anyway, that's why I like doing it, because I feel like from the response of Garden State, there's obviously an audience out there for people that like personal stories.
I know we've all found that. I've found that. I found something in Garden State. I know you don't want to give away too much, but we heard a little bit Swingles. Can you tell me a little bit about?
Well, Swingles is a great story, especially for a festival audience. Swingles. I was given this amazing present from a studio, and they said, here's this amazing Go movie starring the lovely Cameron Diaz, who I've always thought was beautiful and very funny. We would love you to rewrite the whole movie and make it yours, and you can direct it this summer. And I was like, I thought I was being punked or something. Again, I got punked once before. Some of you may have seen that I punched an 11-year-old in the face. It's an accident, it was a misunderstanding. Yeah. Of all the things I've done in my whole career thus far, that's the thing I get asked about most, was my punked episode.
YouTube.com.
Yeah, I recommend it. But anyway, so I spent 6 months this last year rewriting this movie from scratch, and it was I couldn't believe they were going to let me do it, and I could make it anything that I wanted to be, and make it art, make it real, and make it genuine, but make it a romantic comedy with a global megastar.
You don't run to the wedding at the end.
You know what? I was rewriting the script. There was literally a running to the wedding with someone giving a speech.
Was it raining? Was it slow?
It could have been raining. The first thing I did was just put red marker through everything that I had seen in a romantic comedy. The script was about 4 pages long. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, so then I put all this work and love and affection into it, and then the head of the studio was replaced. And the new guy didn't really want to make a risque, R-rated romantic comedy. So I'm hoping, it was what I was supposed to, this summer I was supposed to direct this movie, and I'm hoping we find a new home for it. But the studio where it was set up, it was no longer the perfect spot to make it.
Well, we wish you luck with that.
Thank
But what else is on Zach Braff's burner? What are we moving to after that?
I'm writing something. I decided to my TV show is finally over, so I'm now writing something completely original, and auditioning hopefully for some of you incredibly talented filmmakers. I'm available to act. I can fucking play Billy the Kid. This kid's British. He's a renegade. Why can't Billy the Kid be a little Jewy? I'm lots of things and not a lot of things. I was blessed with the gift of Scrubs, and what that gave me first and foremost as an actor is the greatest thing in the world, and that's the ability to say no and not have to go pay the rent. So I'm blessed in the ability to be picky and wait to do things that I really believe in.
I saw an interview with you and Kevin Smith, though, where it was called Actors on Actors, not at all the website I thought I was going to be seeing. But he asked you a very interesting question about...
I can't think of I have me and Kevin naked in my mind. Sorry, go ahead.
He's the recipient of this award last year, which is kind of fun to see. But he asked you a question about advice that you give young filmmakers, as you were that struggling guy. I've seen the back. I watched the extra features of Garden State. I saw you, check in Poland, and hey, we were trying to get lights and stuff. The piece of advice to these people out here that are living their dreams and sleeping in Levassar's basement. What do you tell them?
I guess. Excuse me. My advice. Well, I guess what I have to tell you is, if you want to make personal, cool indie movies, it's not going. The struggle doesn't go away. You really have to believe in it, and you have to want it really badly, and you can't give up, and you can't take no for an answer. No means nothing. No just means on to the next door. Like I said, there were so many times where I could have given up on making Garden State, something that has completely changed my life and made my dreams come true. Because it wasn't just half the people said no, or 3/4 of the people said no. Everybody said no. So those of you who are filmmakers and writers and actors, or creative, or musicians, or creative in any way, I would say, as hard as it is, we all know there's down days and there's up days. You just can't give up because you're one day away from making it happen. And support each other. I go out of my way now to help young filmmakers and musicians. The Hotel Cafe, for example, is a place filled with amazing musicians who are all going to make it one day, and it's exciting to support other artists and work really hard at it. You can't do it half-assed. I guess if I were to sum up, I would say if you are doing it half-assed, either stop or start doing it really, really hard, because there's people in LA that will kill or die to make it. I literally was at a gas station, and the gas station attendant handed me a screenplay once, and which is fine. He's doing he's making his money as well. It might be a great screenplay, but it was just a moment where I couldn't help but say, "Wow, I'm really in LA," and the gas station attendant literally has a screenplay.
A romantic comedy.
I think it was about a gas station attendant that killed a Jewish director.
It's going to get made. Zach Braff is the recipient of your Renegade Award.
Thank you all so much.